On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And we have breaking news.
Scary.
I know, it's kind of ominous. It's the only one that's on the soundboard. Listen, Los Angeles, California.
We are going to be inside of you.
Well, we already are right now, but we're going to be even more inside. We're going to be on a stage.
Oh my God.
Near you. We are coming to the Dynasty typewriter on August 17th of this year, as in 2 months away.
2 months. You weren't on the tour.
You weren't, but we said, you know what? Why aren't we doing one here? It's actually the easiest for us to do, too.
Yes.
So we are so excited to be coming to the Dynasty typewriter. It's iconic. So many cool people have performed there. And now we get to be there with all the Geoffs. So you can go to our website, obituarypodcast.com, and find out information on where to get tickets.
Yes, or just go to the link in our bio on Instagram and it'll take you directly there.
Yes.
I really do feel like this is going to be very special.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're going to load up your truck, load up my van with just special stuff.
Well, that's the nice thing is when it's local, we can bring
it all.
Oh, we're bringing it all. We had our final tour stops that we just got back from, and it was incredible. We did Michigan.
Pontiac, Michigan.
Oh, where we were in an attic in Geoffs. The ones that were there, you already know. It was hot, hot, hot.
Oh my God, my nails popped off. I didn't drink that night, fully slurring.
It was intense.
We've talked about this, like a fear would be to pass out on stage or,
It almost happened.
If it were going to happen, it was going to happen at that show.
I was like chugging waters. But I mean, it was lovely. It was such a fun crowd. And everyone there was very, very nice. But we were just shit talking because there was this like global climate group doing this presentation downstairs in the bigger theater.
Room.
And we're like, we actually have more people. Why aren't you letting us in there?
Yeah, we're up here. Global warming is happening to us.
Yeah, you want to talk about global warming? Look under my pants right now, honey.
Oh it was hot.
My friend Alexandria came, gave us the cutest little gifts. We got so many great gifts. Remember those girls bedazzled the shit out of those fucking cups for us?
Incredible.
The fucking tote bags.
Oh my God, the tote bags with an obituary on it and a dumb criminal.
I FaceTimed my sister and showed her them. They were so cool. We'll post pictures of them. We went to Chicago and just had so much fucking fun at that show.
So much fun. We stayed at an airport hotel, but even if we wanted to, we wouldn't be able to change because Taylor Swift was in town and it was Swiftie Central.
Oh, our whole hotel, everyone was dressed up, and we were dressed up in our outfits, like we were getting ready to like go over to Talia Hall where we did our show, which was fucking incredible.
What a beautiful theater.
Beautiful theater. We're like, oh, are you guys going to the concert? We're like, yeah, no, we're good. We'll do something a little different, okay?
Yeah, a little different, but I did feel very safe knowing it was just teenage girls staying in the hotel.
Oh yeah, was not concerned. And I'm like, anyone who's looking for trouble here isn't looking for us.
No, we've aged out.
And then we ended, our grand finale was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And
loved it.
so much fun. Everyone was so nice there. Crizia
and Maria.
That's one of our Geoffs, and they were staying at the same hotel as us, which was so fun. And Crizia brought me a bolo tie. They gave us food recommendations and some other surprises.
Yes.
But we can't share that yet.
Yeah, but you never know. We could be hanging out in the hotel lobby with you after the show.
You never know.
You never
Come
know.
to our LA show. We'll probably get a hotel. We don't want to oversleep. Also, I have to say, in Chicago, my friends Bill and Hogan came, which was so nice.
They are just dolls.
And if you've ever seen the artwork of a sexy Grim Reaper that says, I put the bitch in obituary.
We get sent it a lot.
That's actually my friend Bill made that.
Okay, yes.
So they came. They're just the most attractive couple.
Honey.
They
are to die for.
I love them so much. And that's our little tour recap, I guess.
I know.
For now.
Sad.
I'm sure you guys are sick of us
I know.
talking about it. So congratulations, it's over.
Okay. Until next time.
Somebody asked us at one of the live shows during a Q&A, they were like, will you share any like bad reviews you guys have? And we're like, odd request, but okay. So I pulled up one and it said like, yak, yak, yak. All these two do is yak. Oh, I couldn't, where was the content? It's all yakking. And I'm like, Eddie. We don't know. Okay.
We're just going to yak till
Please.
we can't yak anymore.
Yes. And if you don't like it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, fuck off, bitch. Who takes the time to write it? I don't get it.
Oh my God. I don't know.
But thank you.
Thanks for something. Thanks for nothing. We gave you nothing and you gave us even nothinger back.
Yeah. All you did was yak in your comment, you dumbass.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Were you just yakking away on that
Ew.
keyboard? Were you yakking off?
Ew.
Oh
they were yakking off.
They yacked off all over us. I hated it the whole time.
I liked it.
Yeah, because we're fucking trolls.
Oh my God. Well, I have got a listener email that fucking cracked me up.
Oh, let's hear it.
And I can't wait because the subject line caught my eye because it said selfies with a corpse.
Oh, no.
And I thought, this is just right up our alley. Dear Spencer and Madison, Hot Dog, Doris, and Desi, I hope this finds you well. First off, I would like to say how much I fucking love your podcast. Okay, see, somebody does.
Wow, love you back.
Obituary is always the first thing I turn on when I need a good laugh, and you guys never fail to deliver. I would like to apologize in advance if this email makes no sense. I'm a horrible writer. Well, it made sense to me, so it probably won't make sense to anyone else. Anyway, as the title says, this is about a weird funeral experience I had a few months ago. The funeral was for my paternal grandpa's sister-in-law, and it was held in Oakland, California.
Hey, I know Oakland. What
You
funeral
do?
home?
They don't say.
What cemetery? Do they say?
They don't say.
Oh, I'm curious. Let us know.
Another maybe important detail I need to point out is that my dad's entire family and extended family are all Russian, and the church communities that almost my entire family has grown up in is also Russian, which means that the funeral was also Russian. There was a memorial service on the Sunday before for the members of the church to talk about how much they loved and missed the woman that died. And then there was another memorial service for just the family on the following Tuesday before the actual burial. I'm going to talk about the family's memorial service. I haven't been to a lot of funerals, so please tell me if this is normal or if my extended family is just really weird. But everybody, in all caps, was taking pictures with or of the corpse.
Oh, no. Your grandpa would have loved it.
My grandpa would have loved it. There was a woman standing on a chair over the
Oh, no.
over the casket taking a bunch of pictures of the corpse.
Why?
And of everyone who wanted to take a pic of it. There was a family with 3 small children, and they took a family picture with the corpse.
So like, Merry Christmas, here's our Christmas card.
And at one point, someone even took a fucking selfie with the dead woman.
They're like doing like face swap and stuff.
I know. Filters and shit. They were even taking pics at the burial, and before the casket was lowered into the ground, the immediate family, kids and grandkids, took a big family picture. Everyone's smiling. I would just like to point out that it was not meant to be funny. As Russians, the family is all very serious, and what I know about the woman who died is that she wasn't much of a jokester either. Everyone was acting as if this is totally normal. So please tell me if it is, because taking selfies with a dead family member does not seem normal to me.
No.
After the burial, everyone met up at the church and had Chinese takeout and tons of cake. That's irrelevant, but I just thought Chinese takeout after a funeral is kind of funny. Anyway, love you guys lots, and I would die if you read this on the podcast.
Well, get ready for us to take selfies with you.
I know. All my love, Sophia. P.S. You could use my name if you want, and please never stop doing what you do. You guys are awesome and amazing.
I love it.
I love that. I know I've probably told this story before, but my grandma passed Christmas Day, and then my grandpa passed the following Thanksgiving. For some reason, after they both had passed, I inherited his computer, and I was looking through the photos on the computer. This was in like 2000 or something. Pulled up his photos, and there were a ton of my grandma in her casket because he just loved her so much.
Any selfies?
No selfies.
No
selfies weren't like a thing yet.
Yeah.
If they were, then I'm sure he would have.
I love it.
I love it.
To answer your question, it is not normal, but
It
hey,
is not normal,
do you?
but I love it. I know. Why not? If I die, when I die, and if I look fucking good,
Snap away.
snap.
Paparazzi.
Yes. I want pictures.
Oh, if you like died and I was still alive, I would be like, nope, she needs her extensions. Mm-hmm. She needs a full fucking beat.
Yep. Fake eyelashes,
Everything.
nails.
Which I think I could do at this point. We've gotten ready together so many times. I think I
You
could.
should try to do my makeup once.
Yeah, maybe for Patreon.
Maybe for
That'd
Patreon.
be funny.
And then you could let me do yours.
Yeah, nope. Nope, honey, I'm a God-fearing man. Okay.
I think you're just an asshole.
Oh, good transition. Okay, let's get into some Am I the Asshole. So this first one says, Am I the asshole for revealing a secret about my late father? My 25 father recently died, and my way of coping with it was hanging around his old study, where I would spend a lot of time bothering him while he was working when I was a child. It all started when I stumbled upon some old photos and documents hidden away in my dad's study. Photos of him and another woman, but mostly photos of his son, which I will call Alex. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and I couldn't bear the weight of this secret on my shoulders. So I don't think the family knew that he had another son. I felt torn between keeping it buried or revealing it to my family. After days of wrestling with my conscience, I ultimately believed it was the right thing to do to bring this secret to light. Alex deserved to know their true heritage and have a chance to connect with us. So I gathered my courage and sat down with my mom to show her the evidence revealing the truth about Alex. It was devastating for my mom. She felt hurt, shocked, and utterly confused. My siblings were equally taken aback, struggling to process this bombshell. Now our family is divided. Some say I did the right thing by being honest, while others say it was wrong of me to tarnish a dead man's reputation. Am I the asshole?
No, a child should not be a secret.
No.
And that's on him. That's on the deceased. No disrespect, but that's on him.
I will say this is also a recent thing. Like the dad recently passed. It's like you could give it a little more time before exposing things like that.
That's not his burden that he should carry. And the dad should have kept it. I mean, if you could creep around his study and put all the pieces together, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Hidden.
I did love picturing a study. I'm like,
I know.
picture like a beautiful like library office.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Like
dark
greens
wood.
and wood. Yeah.
Yes. I will say curiosity will always kill the cat. If you didn't go looking, you wouldn't have found it. So maybe that's something you can take with you, sir.
I say go through their phone.
He would have found it.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't think that a second family or a child or whatever, like, I get why people hide it and go to the grave with that, but it should never be a secret. Like that poor kid. probably lives with like, I was a secret.
Well, not anymore, you're not.
Not anymore, your fucking half-brother blew it.
So this next one says, am I the asshole that I left my mother out of my father's obituary? Backstory. My mother is not a nice person. To make a very long story short, she was verbally, physically, and emotionally abusive to me my entire life. She also constantly stole from my dad and did nothing to contribute to the house. More than once, her actions almost caused our house to be put into foreclosure. My dad told me once the only reason he stayed with her is because of me. He shouldn't have put that on you. He felt like she should make sure he didn't know where I was or if I was even alive. Looking back, I understood what he meant. Oh, shit. Sadly, the legal system was never on his side in the 90s and early 2000s. Fast forward, he got sick when I was in high school and remained chronically ill until his death a few months ago. I tried many times to get him to move in with me, but he wasn't doing anything until he knew the house he worked so hard for was safe. He remained married because he couldn't kick her out, and he wasn't able to go anywhere for legal assistance as he couldn't drive. My dad hated my mother and even requested that I have her cremated and flush her ashes down the toilet when she dies. Sadly, he got very sick last year and spent months in and out of the hospital. He came to live with me and ultimately lived out his final days on hospice, but he was safe, cared for, and loved. Aww. In the years leading up to this, my mother was speaking to multiple men on the internet claiming to be divorced. I have proof of this for at least 15 different men, and there were likely many more. A majority of these men were scammers, but that's a long story for a different day. When he died, I left her name out of the obituary. I didn't feel like she deserved to be recognized as his widow when she'd acted as though she wasn't married for years. Initially, there was only backlash from my mother, which I expected. However, even though it's been several months, I've gotten feedback from others saying I went too far and that what I did was uncalled for. The commentators don't know the whole situation, and I don't feel the need to explain myself. I stand by my decision, and I would do it again. Am I the asshole?
No.
Nope, not the asshole.
You're right. She did not fucking deserve that.
And I hope you write the best fucking obituary for her ever.
Or just don't even give her one.
No, I want a scathing one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Selfishly, for our content, we would love for you to write an obituary.
Yes, a good follow-up. Yeah, no, you're not the asshole. She didn't deserve it. And your father probably wouldn't have wanted her in it.
No, and if she's talking to 15 other guys, she's moved on, babe.
You don't get to be the widow when it's convenient.
You're in or you're out. Mm-hmm. The other option is to include that in the obituary and say he was married to blah, 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 who had at least 15 verified online relationships going on with scammers.
And he only stayed with her because of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Case closed.
Case closed.
Love it.
Love it. Well, speaking of obituaries, I'm up first this week. So do you have a little side bitch for us?
She's no side bitch, Madison.
Oh.
I have the obituary for Miss Betty Bungalow.
Did you write one for her?
I had an AI generator write an obituary for Betty Bungalow.
God, I can't talk. I love that so fucking much.
Tell me why I wanted to cry reading it.
Oh my God. Okay, give it to me.
Betty Bungalow, a charming house from the 1920s, passed away peacefully among the trees and flowers of her cherished backyard. Despite her lovely arches and quaint design, Betty was always too small to accommodate the growing needs of her inhabitant. She will be remembered fondly for her warm and welcoming spirit that made countless memories within her walls. May our beloved Betty rest in peace, forever etched in the hearts and minds of all who knew her.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my God.
What a beautiful obituary.
It was incredible, I thought. I really loved it. I really teared up reading it the first time.
I know. She was very special.
And speaking of, this is the first time recording in the new Betty.
I know. And it's a little hard to be sad in here. I'm sorry.
A lot of people, because I posted on my Instagram stories, I was like, bye Betty, like thanks for everything, and people were like, wait, what? Because the episode hadn't come out yet. And I feel like there was just a lot of people felt betrayed at my decision, but I need you to know that I fucking love Betty Bungalow. I will always love Betty Bungalow.
She was too small.
She was very small. I needed a little more space. We do everything at my house and we needed a little more room. And also, I'm going to tell you, Betty Bungalow did not have central air conditioning. And where we live,
it gets fucking hot.
It gets fucking hot. We would be like sweating recording sometimes.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, we had to move on, and it's a happy, happy, happy move.
Happy, happy move. Oh my God.
Thrilling move.
Yes. It's like, you left a healthy relationship because it just wasn't really serving you anymore. You guys kind of outgrew each other, but still have so much love for one another.
100%.
And now you're with Daddy, the man who you were supposed to be with, okay?
I found the true love of my life.
Yes.
Okay, so, also I have to tell you, I didn't tell you this. Everyone listening right now is going to fucking love this. So if you recall a very long time ago, Madison, you made me something. Okay, so when you're moving, you have to purge. You have to get rid of shit.
Okay.
I threw away a lot of stuff. The other day, I'm going to closing up Betty for the last time, taking out the trash for the last time. I take it out to the alleyway behind my house. This was like a day or two after I had taken out the trash before. And I'm in the alleyway, and somebody had taken some of the stuff I've thrown away and laid it out like a flea market.
Ooh.
And amongst those belongings was a framed extension that said "Hi Girl" on it.
No.
When we covered Victorian hair wreaths, Madison made me a
You threw it out. She fucking bitch.
framed one of her extensions and wrote "Hi Girly" on it. I know, I should have put it on eBay or something, auctioned it off, done a giveaway. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll find out what had you spinning in your coffin this week. We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Benjamin Franklin.
Heartthrob.
Oh my God. Okay. So on one of our mini trips to and from the airport on this tour, our driver, my husband, brought up Benjamin Franklin. I had no idea who that was, but I knew he was important, and I immediately thought of the light bulb.
You didn't know who?
Well, I knew
Thomas
he was
Edison.
I know. Well, now I know, but I immediately was like, oh yeah, the guy who invented the light bulb.
He was a Mason.
I know.
Freemason.
Yep.
I did a whole cult leader on him.
You did?
Yes. When I was doing all of the hazing stories, he came up because I was talking about the Freemasons and all of that. He was part of this whole situation that happened, but
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have some information on him that doesn't involve the Freemasons, but it's fucking dark.
Ooh.
It's weird.
Oh, I'm excited.
All right. So
I heard him telling you something in the car, but I was...
Yes. So he was explaining to me that Benjamin Franklin's house was filled with some very unlikely things that were perfectly fit for a coffin spinner. So I did a deep dive, and I also have a few extra stories of some macabre things unearthed. But first off, if you're not an idiot like me, then you probably obviously know who Mr. Franklin is. However, I needed a little elementary refresher. So Benjamin Franklin was born in Boston. Okay. Benjamin Franklin was born in Boston in 1706. Spencer is dying laughing right now. He can't handle this.
I can't handle this.
He was an inventor, writer, scientist, genius, and fashion icon in France. He was involved in politics, and he was one of the founding fathers of America. He also signed the Declaration of Independence, and he's on the $100 bill. What the fuck?
How did you not know Benjamin?
I get them all confused. They're just all white old men.
True.
Okay. The list goes on and on. I wouldn't dare read his obituary because I guarantee it's so fucking long. But he also invented a ton of stuff, not the light bulb, but he invented the urinary catheter. And I read the story of how he did this. He actually came up with the idea when his older brother had kidney stones and had to jam a metal rod up his urethra every day. Benjamin had a flexible tube made, and boom, it worked. Brotherly love. He also invented swim fins. He loved...
He did?
Yeah, well, This like National Swim Association or one of, I don't know the exact name, recognizes him in their association.
Oh, shit.
But he, I guess, was like an avid swimmer when he was a kid, and he would strap boards to his hands, which made him pick up speed, but it would tire his wrists out. And then he also attached wooden boards to his feet to gain speed as well. He invented the Franklin stove, which is still used today to heat cabins. He invented the lightning rod, which is a metal rod fixed to the top of buildings that essentially absorb lightning strikes so they don't damage the buildings. And he invented bifocals, and his original design has stayed largely the same in modern times. So just a few things so you get the whole gist of him, okay? But the most interesting thing to me is one of his homes and what lied beneath. From 1757 to 1775, Benjamin lived in London while he was the ambassador for the American colonies. His home was beautiful. It was inside of this 4-story Georgian-style building. I believe there were other tenants in the building as well, but Benjamin's address was 36 Craven Street. In the 90s, long after he was living, the home needed to be restored back to its original beauty, and an organization known as the Friends of Benjamin Franklin House took on the task in hopes of making it a Benjamin Franklin museum. The home was under construction in 1998, undergoing all of this restoration, but it abruptly stopped when a construction worker found a human thigh bone in the basement.
Oh, what?
Police were called and there was an investigation. During their investigation, they unearthed 1,200 bones in the basement.
What?
And they were all in a 3-foot by 3-foot pit.
Oh my God. He had the fucking, what's that thing in Paris? He had the catacombs.
The catacombs, I know. I guess the location of this pit was now the basement, but back in the 1700s, it was the location of his garden. So I think they were burying bodies in the garden. The bones were examined by a biologist, and they determined that these bones date back to Benjamin Franklin's time period of living in this residence. All bones belonged to about 15 different people, and 6 of them were children, but they all had dissection markings, including holes drilled into some of their skulls. Trepanation?
Yeah, trepanning.
So was Benjamin Franklin a psychopath and burying his victims' bodies in his garden? Well, with all due respect, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. But there's a perfectly good explanation. No, he was not a murderer, we hope. So in comes William Hewson. William Hewson was a neighbor of Benjamin's, and he was an anatomist and physiologist. He and Benjamin became friends after William married Benjamin's landlady's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. William opened up an anatomy school in the same building where Benjamin lived, on 36 Craven Street. Medicine in the 1700s, we've talked about this before, and the state of modern medical science at the time was wild. It was a time where everyone was trying to learn about the human body, and it was kind of experimental. And dissections during that time in London were actually illegal. So getting your hands on a corpse was tough, so tough that medical schools were only allowed a number of them from public executions, and if you needed more, you sort of skirted the law and robbed graves. Luckily, Benjamin Franklin's building was the perfect place to set up an anatomy school because the wall that separated his garden with the rest of the world had public executions and gallows on the other side of it, so they could go steal a body. But also at the other end of his street, there was a wharf where things could easily be smuggled in, and via mental floss, anatomy was still in its infancy, but the day's social and ethical mores frowned upon it. A steady supply of human bodies was hard to come by legally, so William Hewson and the field's other pioneers had to turn to grave robbing, either paying professional resurrection men to procure cadavers or digging them up themselves to get their hands on specimens. Researchers think that 36 Craven was an irresistible spot for Hewson to establish his own anatomy lab. The tenant was a trusted friend, the landlady was his mother-in-law, and he was flanked by convenient sources for corpses. Bodies could be smuggled from graveyards and delivered to the wharf at one end of the street or snatched from the gallows at the other end. When he was done with them, William Hewson simply buried whatever was left of the bodies in the basement rather than sneak them out for disposal elsewhere and risk getting caught and prosecuted for dissection and grave robbing.
Interesting.
So nobody knows to this day if Benjamin had any idea that this was going on. Did he notice that, his garden was dug up? Did he ever see any bones? Did he ever smell anything?
Knew more than...
Something tells me that he did know. He was an inventor, and he had such an inquisitive mind. I guarantee he was right there during some of the experiments, but it definitely makes you think. But what happened to William Hewson? If this isn't fucking karma, I don't know what is. William was dissecting one of his probably stolen bodies, and he cut himself on accident. He ended up dying from an infection caused by that cut.
Karma, babe.
But this got me thinking about anatomy and medical schools around this time. And I was like, well, what did they do with stolen bodies after they were done with them? Did they just bury them? What happened? So an article on Atlas Obscura helped me so much with this. I want to talk about two other prestigious medical schools that hid the bodies that they dissected. First, we have Harvard Medical School. Harvard has a chapel called Holden Chapel, and it was once the home of their medical school from 1801 to 1850. But the medical school started in 1782. In Massachusetts at the time, dissection wasn't illegal. However, they only permitted a dissection every 4 years. The medical school was allowed to dissect criminals that died by execution, but they would typically only get a body once a year. Harvard had an unofficial anatomical club at the time known as the Spunker Club, and they were eager to get their hands on a cadaver because they were, after all, going to be doctors and anatomists one day. So they turned heavily to grave robbing, and in the 1800s, the medical school had a janitor who lived in the basement of the school and helped dispose of the remains of cadavers. We know this because in 1999, the Holden Chapel, which hadn't been the residence of the medical school at Harvard in over 100 years, was undergoing some construction. A construction worker driving a bulldozer took down a wall in the basement that revealed an old well, and the well was filled with human remains.
Oh my God. Oh, well.
Oh, well. Of the human remains that could be identified, there were at least 11 people fully in the well. Most of them are adults, but there were so many remains that had been cut up that they were unidentifiable. So who knows how many were down there.
Crazy.
Lastly, we have the Medical College of Georgia. From 1835 to 1913, the old Medical College building of Georgia was a place to learn and hone students' craft of medicine. It was also a place where bodies were dissected and used to further our medical knowledge. How most of these cadavers got there were, you guessed it, illegal and absolutely terrible. In 1989, the old medical building was undergoing construction, and a construction team stumbled upon 10,000 bones in the basement of the building.
Construction really exposes
Unearthed.
a lot.
Yes. The bones were all over. They were thrown around and buried like trash. There were some inside of old vats. The vats where full bodies were stored in whiskey. Rocket. From that Atlas Obscura article, they tell the story of one of the employees who worked there during this time. It says, quote, Grandison Harris started at the Medical College of Georgia in 1852 as a slave, but retired as an employee in 1908. Harris was purchased in 1852 in Charleston, South Carolina, and was owned by the entire faculty of the medical school, where he acted as a porter, janitor, teaching assistant, and resurrection man. After the Civil War, Harris became a full-time employee. Throughout his tenure, Harris stealthily robbed graves, purchased bodies of the poor and unclaimed for dissection, and quietly disposed of the remains in the basement. When Georgia passed a law that made dissection legal in the state in 1887, it also provided a means by which medical colleges could get cadavers. but this legislation didn't provide enough corpses for the school's dissection tables, so Harris's services were still needed. Harris preferred to harvest corpses from the Cedar Grove Cemetery because this is where Augusta's poor and black population buried their dead. This meant there was little security and the dead were interred in flimsy coffins. It then goes on to say in that same article, because many bones were cut up and scattered across the basement, it was extremely difficult for archaeologists and forensic anthropologists to determine ancestry, sex, or age of each individual. Analysis of the remains showed that 77% of the bones were male, and most of the remains belonged to African Americans. The excavation revealed that Harris likely threw the bones on the dirt floor and covered them with a layer of soil, then added quicklime to the surface to stifle the stench. I don't blame him. I think he had to do what he had to do. He was...
Well, yeah, but I mean, the people running this operation.
Yes. Terrible. Like these prestigious schools. It's like...
I feel like those big universities hold the biggest secrets.
And that's that. That's my story.
Oh my God. I can't believe Benjamin Franklin, though. I
know.
It's wild. I definitely feel like he had... I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, I feel like he knew.
I know, but if he didn't know, it does make me feel like you really have to worry who your friends are and who you're associated with.
You have to worry about that anyways.
Yeah, you get lumped in with people.
You don't know what they're going to find in 50 years.
I know. Scary.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, let you think on that, and when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my coffin.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back.
And we're back, Spencer. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Madison Geoffs, a very recent news story had me spinning in my coffin all week long.
Oh.
This was sent to us. So over the past couple of weeks, thousands of people, thousands, probably at this point tens of thousands, have traveled to an abbey in Gower, Missouri to view a corpse.
What's an abbey?
An abbey is a church that's part of a monastery or convent.
Okay.
So like where monks or nuns typically will live.
Got it.
There's a few types of abbeys, but they're all related to intense religious dedication. The corpse in question is that of Sister Wilhelmina Lancaster, which I love the name Wilhelmina so much.
I do too.
A nun who passed away in May of 2019 at the age of 95. She was the, quote, foundress of this particular abbey in Missouri, known as the Benedictines of Mary, Queen of Apostles. What's so special about Sister Wilhelmina's body? Well, an alleged miracle has taken place, Madison. Her body was exhumed recently.
Okay.
A couple years after her death, and they were astounded to see that she looked almost identical to the day they had buried her.
Oh, I love this.
My first question was, well, why did they exhume her?
She just died a few years ago?
Yeah, in 2019. So let me read you this statement from the Benedictines of Mary, Queen of Apostles official website. It says, quote, "Dear families, friends, and benefactors, by now most of you have heard of the recent events that have transpired at the Abbey, especially surrounding the exhumation of our sister Wilhelmina. We simply want to reach out to you to clarify a few points. Our abbey had been planning the addition of a St. Joseph shrine with the oratory for quite some time, including the reinterment of the remains of our beloved foundress, Sister Wilhelmina. Last month, in preparation for the construction of the shrine, every time, we exhumed her, having been told to expect bones in the highly moist clay of Missouri, as she was buried in a simple wooden coffin without any embalming whatsoever 4 years ago. The intent was devotional and to carry this out in the privacy of our cloistered life. Nevertheless, the discovery of what appeared to be an intact body in a perfectly preserved religious habit created an unexpected twist to our plans. We had no intent to make the discovery so public, but unfortunately a private email was posted publicly and the news began to spread like wildfire. However, God works in mysterious ways and we embrace his new plan for us." They're like, all right, let it be. Many have voiced concern about the disruption to our life, but we have thankfully remained unaffected and able to continue in our life of ora at labora, prayer and work as Sister Wilhelmina would have it. Unless we looked out the front windows or out at the crowds attending opening our mass and divine offices, we wouldn't even know people are here. An army of volunteers and our local law enforcement have stepped forward to manage the crowds, and we are deeply grateful to each of them as they allow us to continue our life in peace while granting the visitors a pleasant and prayerful experience at the Abbey. Regarding what seems to be the miraculous preservation of Sister's body, we are given the opportunity to contemplate the great gifts God gives us every day, especially the ones that are literally hidden from our eyes. St. Augustine said that we marvel at what is extraordinary. Think of the fact that a few seeds bring forth an entire field of wheat. Of this and ordinary daily miracles, he says, we don't bother to reflect on this fact because it is always there. What we notice are events that aren't part of the ordinary course of nature. They are works that God has reserved for particular times and places to cause us amazement and dumbfound us so that we will open our minds to God's presence and care in all events and beauty. We believe that even as Sister Wilhelmina's whole life and death was a miracle, pointing the way to Almighty God, that what she has left behind continues to point to his resurrection and the life of glory that awaits us.
Please tell me there's pictures.
There's pictures, honey. We got a lot of pictures. Okay.
Oh.
So they said, while we can attest to Sister's personal sanctity, we know that incorruptibility, which is what this is called, is amongst the official signs taken by the Church as miracle for sainthood, and that all things must be subjected to further scrutiny, especially by the competent authorities in the medical field. The life itself and favors received must be established as proof of holiness. For all those inquiring about visiting Sister Wilhelmina, you may pray near her resting place at the Abbey Church in Gower, Missouri. Visitors are welcome from 8:30 to 7 p.m. We ask all guests to depart the property by 7:30 p.m. You're welcome to join us for Holy Mass at the Divine Office. If you arrive during Mass, you can come into the church, but it's better to wait until Mass is finished to pray near her. If I lived there, I would absolutely be there.
Wait, she's just on display.
Yes.
And so do they consider her a martyr now?
Well, they're thinking that she might be a saint.
Yeah.
I was super curious about the concept of an incorrupt corpse, and I feel like you've talked about it before, but I don't know how much detail you went in.
Yeah. In our Lady Di episode, I also talked about spontaneous preservation, and I talked about a couple saints, but very briefly. And that was like episode 4 or something.
It was
so love a refresher.
It was a long time ago. So I found this write-up on pillarcatholic.com that says, what does it mean to be incorruptible? Incorruptible is a term used to describe a body that has fully or partially resisted the natural decomposition process after death. The phenomenon is not common, but there's more than 300 saints whose bodies were exhumed decades or even centuries after their death and showed no signs of physical decay, which is incredible. And one of those things where you're like, how?
I know, but then the more we learn about it, I'm like, it's science, honey.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's the earth that they were in.
Totally. The climate, whatever weird concoction or mixture.
Or maybe a miracle.
Or, you know what?
We don't know everything.
Praise him.
Saint Cecilia is believed to be the first saint whose body was incorruptible. She was martyred somewhere around 177 to 230 AD, nearly 1,500 years later during a renovation of the church where she was buried. Her remains were exhumed and her body was discovered to be incorrupt, as if she were asleep in the same position she had been buried in centuries earlier. They made a whole sculpture of her, and they went into detail on how someone can be partially incorruptible. And it says some incorrupt saints are discovered to be as Saint Cecilia was, completely unaffected by the passage of time, but others have decomposed at a much slower than normal rate, but they still show some signs of decomposition. In other cases, part of the body has remained preserved while the rest of the body has decayed. For example, the tongue and jaw of Saint Anthony of Padua, the well-known preacher, were found incorrupt decades after his death and are today kept in a reliquary at the Basilica in northern Italy bearing his name. And I have to fucking show you this. Look at...
What?
Isn't that wild how they displayed it? I was like, oh my God.
What are those two white things? Oh my God. Oh.
His jaws.
Holy shit. Yeah, why did they put it in that big thing?
I don't know. I think it's cool.
I love it.
Love it. In the case of Sister Wilhelmina, it's not clear how much of her body may be incorrupt. Photos circulating online seem to show a lifelike face that has resisted decomposition, while skin on the nun's hands appears leathery and dehydrated, but not rotting. Cases of incorrupt saints can sometimes be confusing. When St. Vincent de Paul's body was first exhumed in 1712, half a century after his burial, it was found to be completely incorrupt. But when it was exhumed a second time for his canonization 25 years later, the body had decomposed due to flooding, except for his heart, which remains to this day perfectly preserved.
Now, did they preserve it once they find it? Or this is just...
Yeah, like once they... I'll show you a picture of his heart. Got one of those too. Let's see if I can find a good angle. Well, they put it in this thing, like that thing there.
Oh my God, how cool.
They asked, like, what if a person was embalmed? Wouldn't that lead them to look incorrupt? And it says, even an embalmed body will typically decompose in about a decade, depending on conditions. It just slows down the process. The body of saints determined to be incorrupt are typically exhumed decades or centuries after their death. And most incorrupt saints were actually not embalmed. It's common in religious communities to skip the embalming process and have a simple burial, as was reportedly the case for Sister Wilhelmina.
Wow.
They ask what determines if someone is really incorruptible, and it says it's a little confusing because there's not really an official protocol in the church when this happens. Like when a person is declared during the canonization process as a servant of God, the authentication of their tomb or mortal remains is a normal part of the inquiry into their life, explained Jason Gray, who's a priest of the Diocese of Peoria, who previously worked at the dicastery for the causes of saints. There's always a concern for wanting to safeguard the mortal remains, so that way there's no question of them being corrupted or contaminated, Gray told The Pillar. As part of that process, the individual's body is examined by a medical expert to authenticate them, because later on, if relics are to be taken, you want to know that this in fact was the mortal remains of that person. So they brought up if Sister Wilhelmina is this like a sign of sainthood, like could she really be a saint? And it says not necessarily. It's piously believed that God preserves the bodies of some saints from the normal decomposition process because of their sanctity, but the church doesn't actually consider an incorrupt body to be one of the miracles typically required for canonization. And there's a few reasons for that. The miracles required for sainthood must be attributed to the intercession of the person in question. In other words, it must be clear that God granted the grace of the miracle due to the prayers of the saint in heaven, which I'm like, how do you prove that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, get a note.
Yeah.
Like a prayer note. Saints' bodies are sometimes discovered in various stages of decay, and it could be difficult to determine when cases of delayed decomposition are because of natural factors instead of miraculous preservation. It would be even more difficult to say a miraculous preservation was due to the saint's own intercession.
Like if she prepared her body or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now that we kind of have a better idea on like how that all goes down and what it actually means, I want to tell you a little bit more about Sister Wilhelmina because she had a very interesting life. She was born in St. Louis as Mary Elizabeth Lancaster on April 13th of 1924, and she was the second of 5 children born to their parents, Oscar and Ella Lancaster. In 1934, when she was 9, she took First Communion and later wrote that she had experienced this vision of God. And she wrote, "He seemed to be such a handsome and wonderful man. I agreed immediately when he asked if I would be his. Then he told me to meet him every Sunday at Holy Communion. And I said nothing about this conversation to anyone, believing that everyone that went to Holy Communion heard our Lord talk to them." After this experience, her priest asked her if she ever considered becoming a nun, and she jumped at the idea, writing a letter to the Oblate Sisters of Providence in Baltimore, seeking to join when she was just 13 years old.
Wow.
However, she learned that she would have to wait until she finished high school to begin the process of becoming a nun and return to her school studies. She grew up in a segregated St. Louis and was not without adversity, and she was taunted due to racism at the time because she had to pass through a white neighborhood on her way to school. And when the local Catholic high school became segregated, her parents did not want her to attend public school, so they founded St. Joseph's Catholic High School.
Her parents did?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she graduated as valedictorian and then entered training with the Oblate Sisters of Providence in 1941. She fought hard to preserve the order's traditions, particularly the use of full habit, even constructing one of her own when when the sisters stopped producing them. She crafted parts of her homemade habit out of a plastic bleach bottle, which may have saved her life when a troubled student threw a knife at her.
What?
Which was deflected by the stiff, high-necked collar of the garment. I had no thought or desire of leaving my community in those days, but I was gung-ho for seeing it reformed. We had made a wrong turn, and I said we should go back. In 1995, Sister Wilhelmina formally left the Oblate Sisters of Providence to found the Benedictines of Mary, Queen of Apostles, a strict contemplative order that follows the rules of Saint Benedict. To those who say that leaving my old community to found a new one doesn't make sense, I reply that it is understandable only in the life of faith, she once wrote. Her health was in decline in 2019, and the novices in her order tended to her at her bedside, and one prayed in particular to witness a preparatory grace before her death. The novice's prayer was answered when, on the morning of January 10th, she went into Sister Wilhelmina's cell to find her smiling radiantly with a very pure and innocent expression. Lancaster was heard to exclaim, Jesus, Jesus, he's the good shepherd. He wants everyone to go to heaven. He says everyone is supposed to go to heaven. When asked if she had seen the Lord, she answered, yes, I saw Jesus. Everyone in the world, everyone should go to heaven. Heaven, heaven, I want to go to heaven. So I don't know. Like, I love learning about incorruptibility, like all the different body parts that have been preserved over the years.
Yeah.
And let me show you pictures.
Yeah, I'm waiting here.
She deserved a full coffin spinner though. So I was like, I gotta just focus on her today.
Incredible.
Let me show you the pictures. We'll obviously be sharing them. I mean, her face does look perfectly preserved. For a 95-year-old woman, her face looks...
She was 95?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Her hands are a different story. They're a little...
They're not bad. She's 95.
I know.
Wow.
There she is.
And there's no
embalming.
Nothing.
Wow. That's why I say credit. Because if you just look at it, you're, like, if that was an embalmed body, you'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, she looks good.
She does.
But for no embalming.
Yeah.
I don't know. God might have favorites.
Mm-hmm. There might be one.
Yeah, we'll let you guys tell us what you think of all that.
Yes.
But should we move into some obituaries?
Yes. Well, I'm so happy that I got to learn about Wilhelmina.
Yes.
Thank you. So I have an obituary for a woman named Gay, and it goes like this. I am writing my own obituary. I don't want it said that I passed. I died. I wasn't called beloved in my life. Why after death? I had numerous and debilitating illnesses, including pulmonary arterial hypertension, a progressive and terminal lung disease. But I can't say I fought a courageous fight. I complained a lot. I was born in Chicago, Illinois, and moved to Spokane in 1945 and have lived in Washington State ever since, all but 3 years in Spokane. I was preceded in death by my parents, my stepfather, brother, sister, and another brother. I have 2 sons. She goes on and lists her whole family, nephews, daughter, all of that. I completed Glen Rose grade school, grades 1 through 8 in 7 years then. At the age of 16, was in the last graduating class of Lindbergh High School in Valley Forge, Washington in 1957. Lindbergh then consolidated with Rockford and is now Freeman High School. I worked numerous office and bookkeeping jobs, and after 22 years at the Inland Northwest Blood Center, I retired as the accounting supervisor. My hobbies were collecting and reading old books and reading and writing poetry. My favorite poets were Lord Byron and Edgar Allan Poe. I enjoyed music, doing word search, following politics, nurturing houseplants, and feeding any stray critters that came into my yard. I had 18 different kinds of birds, also squirrels, deer, raccoons, and many stray cats. I have a cockatiel inside. I am sorry to leave the ones I love, but by His grace, I will be in the presence of the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and we'll see each other again. I do not want a funeral service. I saw the end of the rainbow.
Aww.
Ugh, love a self-written one.
Well, good, because I got one for you.
Okay.
It says, if you're reading this, I passed away and now I'm worm food.
Oh,
That's okay. It's the circle of life, and worms play an important role too. I, I like to think I've lived my life exactly how I wanted and on my own terms. Other than the last few years with dementia, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. My priorities in life were my family and my dogs, although not always in that order, as my dogs always listened to me. To Diane, you put up with me for almost 60 years, and that wasn't always easy. I hope you can raise a glass and have a laugh and smile at the fun times over the years. To my surviving brothers, Charles and Earl, and my surviving sister, Dorothy, you have been there throughout, starting with life at the farm in Clarkley, Manitoba with mom and dad. May they rest in peace. We had a great life with lots of laughs, and I'm glad you were there. I'm sorry for the daily calls and incoherent conversations in the later stages of my dementia, but I always enjoyed our talks and your friendship, even if I couldn't express it. To my daughter-in-law and son-in-law, you married into our family and have made it better. Your kindness and generosity of spirit was beyond what I could have hoped for. Oh my God. It chokes me up.
I know.
To my son, Christian, and my daughter, Paige, I tried my best. You both turned out pretty well and have wonderful families.
Oh.
I like to think I had something to do with it, but perhaps that's just an old man's wish. I'm extremely proud of both of you and have thoroughly enjoyed our lives together. From early morning swim practices, weeks at the lake water skiing, and watching your children, my grandchildren, grow up. I'm glad you both have a sense of humor as you needed it in the last few years dealing with my dementia and all that entailed. To my grandchildren, Abigail, Christian, Timothy, and Charlie, in order of birth but equal in love, I have loved our time together. I have loved watching you play sports, going to your schools, walk with Artie, visits in Toronto, and watching you grow up. I'm sorry I won't see you finish high school or get to know you as adults, but I know enough to know you are each wonderfully unique, smart, and kind people with great senses of humor. Wherever I end up, I look forward to watching you take on the world and make it a better place.
Oh my God.
It's like funny, but like also just like hearing parents be so, like anytime my dad writes me like a letter, it just makes me lose it. I loved being a periodontist for almost 50 years, and to my patients, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be part of your life, even though coming to see a dentist may not have been your highlight. To my dental colleagues, you were my friends both in and out of the office, and we shared a lot of good times and laughs. To the students I taught studying periodontics at the University of Manitoba, I hope I didn't wreck you for the profession. It was always a pleasure seeing the next generation of talent and a privilege to try to impart what I learned in my decades of practice. I hope it helped in some small way as you forged your journey. Jory and Rebel, my two black labs. I'm joining you now.
Oh, God.
If you'll have me. We can remember all the years of sitting in boats, catching fish and ducks, and curling up at the end of the day together.
Oh.
Don't mourn for me. That would be nonsense. I lived my life exactly how I wanted, surrounded by great family and friends. Lift a glass, tell a good story about our time together, and smile.
Oh, I love him. What an angel.
So good.
What a great obituary.
Incredible. I laughed like in the beginning when I first read it and I read about the worm food. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to read this one. And I like quickly skimmed through it. But like actually reading his sweet words for his family and just like, it's so obvious what a generous person this was.
Yeah.
Like with his love and time and everything.
Yes.
And just fuck. Wow, that fucked me up.
Okay, let's go laugh.
Okay. We have cried. We have spun in our coffins.
We've
cried
our obituaries.
It means it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals. Come on. 2 years in. Who you got?
I'm holding back tears here too. Oh my God. I have a dumb criminal from Florida.
What?
Yes, I know. This is from
Florida, we're coming for you, by the way. Please let us know where we need to go in Florida. It's just so big. That's part of the problem. We can't figure out where to go.
Where's like a happy medium?
We might just pick somewhere and you'll have to fucking figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. This is from WTXL.com. A Florida man has been arrested after he called 911 to report he had paid for sex but got scammed out of $500 instead.
Oh my God.
John Omer Segal has been charged after outing himself to police. According to court documents, 50-year-old Sengol called from a Days Inn motel in West Palm Beach, Florida, to report an alleged theft related to prostitution activity. When an officer arrived, Sengol told the officer that he had paid for sexual activities he had not received.
Ugh, the worst.
Realizing that he was making incriminating statements, the officer stopped the interview and read him his Miranda warnings. Confirming that he understood, he continued speaking to the officer. He told investigators that he had offered a group of people in another room $500 for one or more of them to come to his hotel room to have sex with him. Again, documents say that the officer clarified with him that he was telling me he solicited another person for sex, and he confirmed that he did.
Damn, went from being stiff to getting stiff.
I know, and he was arrested.
Well, my story is also from Florida this week, Clearwater, Florida.
Okay.
Where police say 2 women are facing felony charges for an incident that included throwing glitter on a man at his apartment in Florida.
Oh, no.
Arrest warrants say Caitlin O'Donovan, 7, and Sarah Franks, 29, got into an argument with a man while he was standing on the balcony of his apartment. At some point during the argument, warrants state that O'Donovan and Franks threw a container of glitter at the man. The man was reportedly hit in the head and torso area, according to the warrants. Franks is accused of climbing over the balcony, entering the man's apartment, and throwing more containers of glitter at him, according to warrants. I'm like, was this a cheater or something?
I don't know, because glitter is a bitch to get out.
Bitch. A short time later, Franks reportedly unlocked the front door, and O'Donovan entered the apartment and continued to throw more containers of glitter at the man, according to the warrants. Both women were arrested and charged with felony burglary, with assault or battery. Franks
my God.
also faces an additional charge of misdemeanor criminal mischief for kicking a window out with her foot while leaving the apartment.
I love them.
Okay, well, wait till you see their mug shots. I was like, why is this us?
It is us.
They're like, and
it's glitter. Get over it.
They're like, sorry.
I love them. Good.
Sorry to the guy. That sucks, though.
I know.
'Cause he's going to think about that every day because he's going to find glitter.
Imagine just glitter everywhere.
You know what I love watching are those videos of people who steal packages and they have glitter bombs in them.
Oh, I love it.
I love it too because fuck you. You deserve it.
Fuck you. Yes.
And what we don't deserve truly is P.O. box.
God, the P.O. box stuff.
What do we got?
Oh, well.
I see you got a little pile over there.
Oh!
She almost fell. We almost lost her.
All right. I'm going to open this first box here. It says, Spencer and Madison, hi. I wanted to send you a couple of Dallas coasters for your pod lab.
Oh my God.
Hope you enjoy them for your Hope you enjoy them for your Diet Cokes, etc.
Oh my God.
Oh, thanks, Marcia. Like the Brady.
Let's see them.
Oh, Spencer.
Oh, these are cool.
Oh my God, how cool. Look at that one. It says Dallas. Wait, this one says Deep Ellum.
Oh, we loved Deep
We
Ellum.
loved it. How cool.
Oh my God. These are fucking cool. Thank you so much. I love
We need coasters in here too.
Be careful what you say because you know what happened with the gavels. We need 2 more coasters. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
We love this. Thank you so much.
Marcia.
Okay. I see some t-shirts in here, and this note says, love your show. Wife and I couldn't stop cracking up over this line. Package is open because I snagged a couple for myself. Best. I think it says Hunt. What did you do?
What?
Oh my God.
Beady-eyed bitch-ass mouse. Oh my God.
Beady-eyed bitch-ass mouth t-shirts with a beady-eyed bitch-ass mouse on it.
My God, I love it. I should insert a clip.
'Twas the night before recording, and all through the house, a little bitch was stirring, and that bitch was a mouse.
Tell them. I love this story.
You guys, of course, while my sister's visiting in town, of course, like it has to be while I have a visitor.
In the 5 years you've lived here, you've never had one.
Never had a mouse.
You have a guest.
Are you kidding me? I spot this little fucker. And, you know, I'm an empathetic person. I have been a vegetarian since I was 5 years old. Like, I feel like calling yourself an empathetic person doesn't work. But towards animals.
No, you are. Even when I had a mouse in my house maybe like a year ago when we first got.
You can't get a trap.
Our dog. And you were like, you got to get one that you can catch and release.
I know. I'm really mentally unwell in a lot of ways. Anyways, so I see this mouse and I'm like, I'm going to get it. And so I clear out everything from my cabinets. And I'm like, I'm going to get this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. I'm throwing away things that don't even need to be thrown away because I am...
You told me pots and pans.
Pots and pans. I'm sick. You know, they needed to go. People go through my dumpster, my trash cans all the time. So I'm like, here you go. Merry Christmas.
Oh my God.
I just didn't know I was in like a state of panic. You know how I get. I'm pretty calm, cool, collected as a person.
Yeah.
But when I get very neurotic when something happens and I'm like, I need to change everything. Everything needs to change. And so I throw away all this stuff. My sister's here. She's helping me. And then I take out the trash from the trash can. Oh my God. What do I hear? I hear a little... in the fucking trash can.
But wait, where did you see it the first time?
The first time it ran across.
Across where?
Like from the refrigerator, I think, to like the thing.
Okay.
Oh, so I take out the trash and I'm like walking out the door and then the trash can is like moving. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like a big stainless steel trash can. That that was $100. It shouldn't move. Where's it going?
It's like one of those smart trash cans.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to be here either, but we can't just leave like this, not on these terms. It saw the Dyson. It was like, oh, look at you replacing me with something new.
Yeah.
The Dyson keeps dumping its load in me.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah, my God.
I'm pregnant. You're just going to throw me in the dumpster, mister?
Just like this. So I popped the little thing open, the top of it open, and there it is. There's a little beady-eyed bitch-ass mouse staring at me. He got stuck in the trash can. Oh my God. And they sent us, which is really thoughtful, actually. They sent us multiple sizes.
Oh my God, cool. I'm going to wear it.
This could be my new Peloton shirt.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank
incredible.
you, Hunt.
Thank you, Hunt, and your wife. These are fucking incredible.
Amazing.
Oh, God, you guys are the best. If you have stuff you want to send us, please keep them coming. P.O. Box 18149, Long Beach, California, 90807.
And if you forget that, you can go to obituarypodcast.com and see everything, including tickets to our LA show.
Oh, yeah, baby. But that's it for this week. We'll see you next week with some more coffin spinners,
Obituaries,
and dumb
ass
criminals.